Welcome to Chicago. I'm John Sanders. This is John Paul Della Camera working with me today. The big question is, which Pittsburgh Spirit team is going to show up this afternoon? The one that lost Wednesday in St. Louis 7-2, or the one that defeated Tacoma 10-5 in the Civic Arena on Thursday?
It'll be a good afternoon, John, if the same team shows up that was there Thursday night. It was a great game from start to finish. Stan Terlecki scored 34 seconds into the game. That set the pace. He had 2 goals, 3 assists, the offensive player of the game. Ian Sibbies continued his hot streak. He scored 3 times, but it was a great team effort, and John Kowalski went to the bench often and well.
We have not defeated the Chicago Sting this year. We're 0-2 against them, and one big reason is their team captain, number 12, Karl-Heinz Granitza. What a goal scorer he is.
He's tough to mark. He has 56 goals this season, 41 assists for 97 points, but he has 8 hat tricks, 6 game-winning goals. In the last game here, Erhard kept marked him out of the game. Then Erhard got hurt. Then Topolsky took over. He got hurt. Granitza ended up with 2 goals and 1 assist, and Chicago came from behind to win.
Well, as a matter of fact, Karl-Heinz Granitza scored 9 points in 2 games against the Pittsburgh Spirit. He has been outstanding. For the Pittsburgh Spirit, the leading scorer in this series, the games against Chicago, has been, as usual, number 13, Stan Terlecki. Stan has a total of 5 points in the 2 games against Chicago, and we're going to have to look to him again this afternoon.
And I'm sure Chicago will be looking to Stan as well, because he has 35 goals, 25 assists for 60 points. He is the key to the Polish line. When he is on, he can help Kapka, he can help Sibbies. And as of late, both of those 2 players, I think their play with Stan has improved a great deal, and that line is starting to do the things that everyone thought they could do at the beginning of the season.
Kansas City is not playing this afternoon. If the Spirit win, we'll be within 1/2 game of that last playoff spot as the push continues. MISL soccer coming up from Chicago. The Spirit against the Chicago Sting. You are watching Pittsburgh Spirit soccer. Weekend afternoon game here that went to overtime and was one of the most exciting soccer games that we've had on our series.
Paul Chow beat Victor Noguera in sudden death overtime, and it was a very enjoyable plane ride home.
Well, let's hope we have another one this afternoon as the Chicago Sting Pittsburgh Spirit meet for the 3rd time this season. This is a back-to-back home-and-home weekend series between these 2 teams. Peter Mavlik will be starting in goal for the Pittsburgh Spirit. Peter's record is 8-11. And at the other end of the field for the Chicago Sting, their goalkeeper this afternoon is Victor Noguera. Victor wears number 1. There he is. Victor is 18-11 coming in. We're underway. Here is John Paul Della Camera.
Thank you, John Sanders. Our Giant Eagle goal-getter contestant is Russ Redshaw. He has chosen Paul Child. So it's $100 in groceries from the new Giant Eagle if Paul Child scores in the opening quarter. Topolsky bring it into the attack zone. Cuts it to his left. Takes the shot. Blocked away by Pat Magali, and it will go into the stands out of play. That'll give us a chance to set it up for you. The Polish connection out there, Stan Terlecki along with Ian Sibbies and Z Kapka, John O'Hara, the team captain, and Adam Topolsky round things out for the Spirit in front of Peter Mavlik. We'll set up Chicago in a moment as O'Hara plays it to Topolsky. That's Magali marking Kapka. Z trying to get in. Magali breaks it up. He is out there, Magali is, along with Manny Rojas, Derek Spalding, Karl-Heinz Granitza, and Neil Roberts in front of Victor Noguera. Gino DiPolito, the senior referee, Vladimir Halupa, the other official, out of the field. Magali, right wing boards for Granitza. Picked up quickly by Adam Topolsky. Up for Ian Sibbies. John Kowalski said earlier he would wait to see what Chicago was doing before dictating matchups. It could have been Topolsky or Erhard Kapp marking Granitza. We've got our first foul of the game. And at the Civic Arena, that's a 2:05 kickoff. We hope to see you there, as that ends a 6-game and 9-day trip for Pittsburgh. Terlecki holding it for Sibbies. Ian back for Stan Terlecki. Stan, the leading scorer on the Spirit, trying to get by Matthew. Good individual effort. Takes it to the boards. Played it in front, wanted Sibbies, but it was not a good pass. O'Hara keeps it alive. Sibbies on a give and go. He'll take it off the boards. Look who's open. Hagen scores! Dave Hagen from John O'Hara. Ian Sibbies is limping right now. We'll have to see if he is hurt. But the Spirit take a 1-0 lead.
A beautiful effort on the part of the Spirit. It comes at 4:49. Watch what O'Hara does. Took a quick look, drove it right over to Hagen, and he had all the left side of the net to shoot at, and the Pittsburgh Spirit take the lead.
Time of the goal is going to be 5 minutes and 49 seconds of this, the opening quarter. As we look once more, Hagen beating Noguera to the inside post. And for Dave Hagen, that is goal number 26 of the season. And Johnny has now scored in a goal in 5 straight games. We still joke with him before the game, hey, this one's on TV, get one. He says, no problem. And he get that ball out of here. 8 seconds left in the power play. Terlecki is serving it, so Chicago's got to watch out with him coming out. On the left side, it's played into the box. Cap blocks it. O'Hara will take it. Johnny smacks it upfield. Off the boards, that should do it. And it does. A great job of penalty killing by this unit, especially when you consider it was the first shift for McKenzie and Marr. Lasha now coming back. He's free for the moment, and he scores. I believe Peter Mavlik may have been screened on that shot. In any event, that's the danger of working as hard as you can in a power play. Sometimes, John Sanders, when it's over, disaster strikes.
Well, watch Lashev hesitates a minute, then brings it right across the box. O'Hara tries to make the tackle and can't. There's the quick shot, and that is the goal that ties the game. Another angle as O'Hara goes down trying to make the tackle but can't catch up. That gives him the fraction of a second that Mike Lashev needs to put it in.
Lashev's goal is 21st goal of the season. It will come at the 13-minute, 5-second mark of the opening quarter. Pittsburgh had just killed off the penalty, and they were unable to make any changes in the lineup. So O'Hara's out there. He's going to be tired. A couple of other players, same situation. And Chicago takes advantage. On that assist, give it to Granitza. He breaks a Chicago Sting record of 41 that he had tied with former Sting player Ingo Peter, who is now playing overseas. So the Sting tie it at 1. Not a power play goal. It came right after it. You may have seen in the monitor, Stan Terlecki had been back, and we had told you that anyway. So
well, that's the problem, though. You know, you tend to relax. You've just done a great job for 2 minutes. You've been really intense, active, and all of a sudden let down just a hair, and it cost you.
Yeah, and it's not just a problem for Pittsburgh. I'm sure it happens all over the league. General tendency to let down a little bit. Good ball, Gordon Smith to Topolsky. Sibbies breaks for goal. Kapka wide open on the right. Adam will give it to Z. Smacks it hard, but it's blocked loose in the box. Terlecki rolls it for Topolsky. Back for Terlecki, he'll hold. In the box, Sibbies has the goalkeeper out. Off the boards, nobody there. Rudy Glenn will take it.
I'll tell you what, that was a great pass from Stan Terlecki to Ian Sibbies.
Yeah, I thought he was going to shoot it. And I think Naguera did as well, and he almost got caught. Sibbies was at a difficult angle, so he played it. It looked like off the boards purposely, but nobody was there to follow it up. Terlecki on the far boards. The way he just spun that ball away from Simonton was a thing of beauty. He's got 3 players on him. Somebody's open. He finds Topolsky. How to make crank he does. Headed away by Dan Cantor. Topolsky back up. Naguera punches it out. Well, it's getting rougher in that box area. Now Glenn is taken down. No fouls. Glenn gets back up. That's a foul for pushing on Z Kapka. 7 Spirit fouls, 4 on the Chicago Sting.
And if we get to 9, it'll be another bench penalty against Pittsburgh, but we only have 20 seconds left.
Ball is played upfield for Dan Cantor. Leading it the other way for Lashev. He has the tying goal for Morera. Back off the boards, Lashev holding it. Cap and Smith are the defenders. Franz Sock now out there, along with Terlecki and Sibbies. The ball played back, Simonton. 1 second, that's it. The screaming siren, I guess you'd have to call it, ends the opening quarter. It is Pittsburgh 1, Chicago 1. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Him. He comes back to the red line. Now goes around Matthew. Looking for Sibbies. Kapka has it. Back to Sibbies. To Kapka on the give and go. There's the save. A rebound by Sibbies is in, and the Pittsburgh Spirit take the lead.
Sibbies from Z Kapka, and again the work rate continues. That's all that was. Pittsburgh just outworked Chicago to the ball. We'll get another chance to see Ian Sibbies score the goal. Look at Sibbies, 2 players going to him. Kapka was open. The key to this is he got the good shot away, and that's something Pittsburgh has not had much of this year, rebound goals. Usually those goalkeepers have not been tested as hard as Pittsburgh would have liked to. That ball just doesn't seem to come back. Here it does. Sibbies right there where he should be, on the doorstep. And for Ian Sibbies, his hot streak continues. He has 29 goals, but he has now scored 18 points in his last match. Who was on with Sibbies clapping? We're assuming that they got Chicago, and they had to, because Chicago got possession of the ball, and once they did, then the whistle sounded. I don't know if we'll see anything on a replay here, John, but there's what we missed. Coming back, Cap is fouled on the play. Well, that was it. They were calling a delayed penalty there on that situation, so maybe that kind of evens things out. They did not call a foul. They called it a penalty, so Pittsburgh will have a power play opportunity. I was about to mention before, as we look at Mike Lashev going into the box, John O'Hara, even though Lashev had beaten him on that first goal for Chicago, and only goal. I think he's had a great game. He's blocked a number of passes and also blocked quite a few shots, although the official score may not give him credit for it. Here's another look. Lashev, I thought he got a piece of the ball, but look what happens afterwards. Earhart goes flying, and Pittsburgh gets 2, and they will use this opportunity as we look at Willie Roy there to call a timeout. Willie's, if you're a great lip reader, you just heard some great language back at home. He's not at all pleased with the officials.
Well, I think he has maybe some legitimate complaint there because he was going for the ball, made the tackle,
so.
and then the collision occurred basically after that. Still 21 seconds left and a chance maybe for Pittsburgh because remember, this penalty will carry over into the third quarter.
We'd like to remind everyone that the Spirit take on the Kansas City Comets. That's our next televised game here on TV2. Sunday, March 31st, we return to John Sanders' former television territory, Kansas City.
That'll be fun, and of course a very critical game as far as the playoffs are concerned. And also keep in mind that we'll be going back to NCAA basketball following this soccer game. Terlecki into the corner. A shot. A save is made by Naguero. He'll run it out of there. Good effort. Fernandez chasing. Got a man open trailing. Mavlik comes out. And that's it. Very interesting move by the goalkeeper Naguero. Gets his team out of a hole, but we'll go to halftime here with the Pittsburgh Spirit leading by a score of 2-1. We'll be back to Chicago. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit. 3 seconds. The penalty went to Mike Lashev right at the end of the second quarter. 2-1. The Spirit leading. Hagen takes it in. Spirit now will try to set it up. Terlecki with Leverich on his left. This is Mark. Driving a box and a score immediately by Paul Child. The Spirit lead it 3-1.
They came out in a hurry in the power play. Child from Mark Leverich. And that's a big score for Paul Child. Let's watch it again. Stan Terlecki with it. Leverich sees what he has. He plays it right through the box. Child far post, right spot for him, and he makes it look easy to give Pittsburgh a 3-1 lead. We didn't have time to show you the highlights from the last half, but we've got plenty of time to show you this one once more. Terlecki to Leverich, who could shoot it, but he blasted right through to Child at the far post. He was unmarked, and there's a look at Paul Child, who sat out the other night and obviously was not very pleased about it, and he came out flying.
Steps for Chicago, looking for Karl-Heinz Granitza. He has it to Symington. Marrera. Turning. There is Granitza to score. He got a beautiful pass from Neil Roberts, and it's 3-2. The Sting have scored. It is 3-2. Pittsburgh, you're watching Pittsburgh. Here's Karl-Heinz Granitza with a drive and a score. We're tied at 3.
Will get it on his opposite side. Symington is running that way. You don't see him there, but a well-placed shot. There's Symington. He was wide open on the other side, and I think everyone thought the ball would have gone there. Roberts to Granitza, same combination that clicks before. He's tightly marked, but the ball gets through. Stan Terlecki and Peter Mavlik exchanged some discrepancies with one another when it was over. I think Stan felt Peter should have had it, and Peter said, hey, you lost the ball, or something similar to that, because the ball was lost. Right wing, Marrera. Open man in the box. Roberts will score. Roberts from Karl-Heinz Granitza on the interception. And Neil Roberts continues to haunt the pitch. Granitza. Right side, Lashev, right back, score. Bang, bang it in. Chicago leads 5-3 on a power play goal by that man, Karl-Heinz Granitza.
Let's watch it again. He had taken the ball away from Marr, goes to Lashev. Now watch, he keeps going, hits it right back and just drives it past Mavlik. Now it's a 2-goal lead with 6:55 to play, and the Spirit are going to have to hurry.
Thing that works here, watch the one touch, not here, but when Granitza gets within range, he lays it off and quickly, look at that, one touch right back. If Lashev holds onto the ball, it allows Pittsburgh a chance to defend against Granitza. When it's bang, bang like that, there's no way, and you're at the mercy of the shooter if you're the goalkeeper. For Pittsburgh to come in, it's now, because John Sanders, it's do or die. That's it, 2 minutes to go.
Exactly right, exactly 2 minutes left in the game. I was kind of surprised maybe Pittsburgh didn't take their timeout here in the second half and talk about the possibility of bringing Peter Mavlik off. You're down by 2 goals, so you need 2 to tie and keep it going here. It's 5-3. And Pittsburgh did score 41 seconds into the third quarter on the power play.
Peter Mavlik expressing some communication to the bench, possibly saying that if we get the ball back, you want the timeout. But right now, no indication of that thing happening. Right now, it's a power play, though, for Pittsburgh. Let's see if they can score on it. They're down by a couple. Hagen from Terlecki. The shot taken and went right off the fingers of Victor Nogueira. Hagen got it up a little bit high, but high enough that Nogueira had to make a reaction save.
I like that, though. I like going right to the attack, not dribbling too much, not making too many passes before you put that ball in play and try to get something started before the other team can really settle into whatever defensive stance they're going to be in.
Yeah, especially right now. They need a quick one. They don't want to score with 5 seconds left of the penalty. It's played out to Liverich. That one goes upstairs. So Chicago will take the ball. 1:53 remaining. I see Franz Matthew loosening up on the Chicago bench. Willie Roy may want to use him if he has to. Bothered by a groin pull. He did so well against Stan Terlecki, I thought, in the opening quarter. And then sat out some stage in the second quarters where we started to miss him. Long ball.
That's a break.
Wasted. Yep. That's a gift. When you have that ball in that situation, you try to hold on to it, and Nogueira was his own worst enemy on that. Terlecki leads for Hagen. Child open in the right corner. It's played out to Terlecki on the left.
Stan has not taken a lot of shots today.
No. That was one, but it never gets on goal as he's taken down. Hagen, nice cut to the inside. A shot. Save Nogueira. That's a big save for Nogueira. And he clears it out.
I'll tell you, he has really come up big several times. That was a brilliant play. I'm surprised he even saw it, much less made the save on it.
Terlecki running it hard. Takes a shot blocked. Child knocked it back, but it's off the mark. Chicago will come back. 3-on-2 shorthanded. Lead ball. Fernandez open. Shot is blocked by Peter Mavlik. Sibbies with it. Knocking it back from Hagen. 1:09 to go now. Spirit down by 2, 5-3. Sibbies ahead for Terlecki. There's the announcement. Less than a minute now to go. Stan tackled and a foul. That is foul number 7 on Chicago.
I think they're going to see the timeout now from Pittsburgh.
Stan limping a little bit. Now we see it, and Erhard Kapp already has the goalkeeper's jersey on. He's hurting right there.
There it is again. Terlecki hesitates now, decides to make a move. He's tackled, but they got Stan more than the ball, and Stan is still limping right at the red line as he heads over toward the Pittsburgh bench area.
He got kicked hard low on the right ankle. I still think you're going to see him right back in there. He's the kind of player that can withstand a lot of pain. We were talking before about Granitza taking dives and other players. Stan has not missed many games as a member of the Pittsburgh Spirit because of injury. He is a durable player, and if you see him after a game with the ice on him, I mean, he does take a beating, and I'm sure Granitza does too. They're superstar athletes, but they work hard for the goals that they get, and they take a lot of punishment. With 56 seconds left, John Kowalski will have a sixth attacker. He will have Erhard Kapp on it. You kind of wonder what kind of a game this would have been if some of those near misses had gone in for Pittsburgh, especially there on a power play where anything could happen. But even before that, Pittsburgh did end up with a 3-1 lead at one point, but before that, I think in the second quarter, when they had some chances to do some damage, I remember Hagen missed one off the post, Liverich missed one when it looked like they were going to really get some momentum going. But they should have had enough the way they came out in that third quarter, but I give Chicago a lot of credit for their comeback.
It is Kapp with the goalkeeper's jersey. You can see Erhard just to the left of the screen.
Erhard,
so a 2-man advantage, basically.
We'll give it up for Hagen. Didn't get it where he wanted. Terlecki right corner off the glass. Wide left side. Liverich wants to settle it. That goes high. Kapp cranks it down low. Sibbies with a header. High into there it goes. Liverich trying to win it. He'll eventually help Kapp get control. Right side for Hagen. 39 seconds left of the game. 5-3. Chicago up by 2. Hagen to Kapp. Strikes it hard off the glass. Terlecki bangs it. It's deflected. Loose ball outside of the box. Rudy Glenn in the corner. Pittsburgh's got to get the ball. It's played out now. Hagen. 23 seconds left in the game. Erhard Kapp for Terlecki cutting in. Shot headed down and wide. Terlecki will try to kick it back in, and that's it for the Pittsburgh Spirit. 10 seconds are left as it's played down the field. They never stopped trying in this game. They gave it their best against the Chicago Sting team. It was just too much for them this afternoon. That's it as Hagen kicks it long, ending the game. The Chicago Sting have defeated the Pittsburgh Spirit in a hard-fought game. 5-3 is our final. Stay where you are. We're coming back. We'll tell you what happened in case you missed it.